Right now, we have a huge update. Johnny Somali has changed his plea. So he has now pled guilty on all 4 obstruction charges.
How was Johnny's lawyer?
Flustered, definitely out of his depth.
He changed his not guilty to guilty. He's pled guilty to everything, guilty to the minor crime.
We've got breaking news. Johnny Somali has finally pleaded guilty. He's now staring down a guaranteed 5 years in prison, plus a hefty fine of around $37,000 and up to 30 days of detention. But that's just the surface. There's been a flood of new updates, and trust me, this story is getting messier by the minute. The judge has just denied a request made by Johnny Somali and his lawyer, and the full details of the obstruction of business charges are now public. Witnesses testified in court, and here's where it gets interesting. It's been revealed that Hank lied.
Still a quote-unquote student, and that he still actually lives at Hank's house. So that's interesting because Hank is going on to say, oh, Johnny does not live with me. I do not help Johnny anymore. I'm not associated with him anymore. Apparently, that's not true.
The receipts say otherwise. Now, let's talk about Johnny Somali's latest court appearance.
Johnny is wearing a black blazer with a white button-up, no tie. The judge is back from recess. Johnny also has changed his hair. He now has a buzz cut. So now Johnny has a buzz cut instead of his normal cut.
And honestly, the new look doesn't exactly do him any favors. Alongside him, Hank, despite Hank's earlier denials of involvement. From the start, Johnny's defense was falling apart. His lawyer was outmatched by both the prosecution and the judge.
They just asked for the lawyer's evidence in the cases for which he pleads not guilty. The judge wants to know what he denies specifically about the deepfake allegations. So remember, last time the judge asked Johnny's lawyer, Ramsey's lawyer, what proof do you have you're not guilty? And the lawyer literally said, we have nothing. We have no proof that he's not guilty. The lawyer is completely now today, after the judge asked him, what specific proof do you have? The lawyer is completely flustered. Ramsey's lawyer is flustered in court. He says he already submitted the evidence to the court and he's unable to articulate it now.
It's almost as if Johnny hired a lawyer who wasn't ready, or maybe couldn't defend him. And really, what could the lawyer do? Everyone knows Johnny Somali doesn't have the evidence to back up his innocence. Even creator Atosi was in the courtroom and later revealed that Hank's family had pressured the lawyer to take on this case. The defense even tried to buy more time, requesting to extend the usual 15-minute witness examination. Their goal? To grill key witnesses like Bong Bong. But Bong Bong wasn't even in court.
The lawyer requested more time than usual.
Okay.
To examine them.
So
why?
What's a normal time to examine someone, you think?
Set it, and for this they set 15 minutes for the defense for the lawyer to interview they set 15 minutes, and since he couldn't block it, he wanted more time with the witnesses, which means if they can't block the witnesses, they really want to grill them. So he might be planning on going all in on Bong Bong.
Still, the move made it clear. When they couldn't build a real defense, they'd try to break the witnesses instead. It gets worse. Discord leaks from Johnny's own server show him trash-talking Bong Bong, proving he tried to block witnesses before realizing it was no longer helping his case.
How was Johnny's lawyer?
Flustered, definitely out of his depth. I kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I know he was pressured by Hank's family to be a part of this case, and I think he's trying to do his best to balance between Johnny and...
By this point, the defense looked desperate, cornered, and without any solid strategy. The prosecution, on the other hand, came in strong. When the judge questioned Johnny's contradictory stance, admitting to distributing deepfake material but refusing to plead guilty.
Okay,
right.
So would you consider them to be pretty aggressive on this case, or how would you rate it?
Yes, I would say today they were aggressive on it. The paradox is, how can you simultaneously admit to having distributed, which is the crime that it's accused of, and insist on this not guilty plea?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's just, it's thinking, the more I think about it, the crazier it is. But that's what we just witnessed.
Wow.
Is this lawyer using Johnny's argument.
Yeah.
Saying basically, I didn't make it, so I'm, even though again, I think.
And also, like, the whole charge is for the distribution. So they're like, oh, we didn't make it. I did distribute it though, but I was drunk.
But eventually Johnny caved, at least partially. He changed his plea to guilty on all 4 obstruction of business charges. These are charges he had previously fought tooth and nail to deny. As soon as he changed his plea, the witness scheduled to testify that day was dismissed. Right now, Johnny Somali is facing a total of 6 criminal charges. He's pled guilty to most of them, but is still clinging to a not guilty plea on the deepfake charges. Here's the kicker. Despite claiming he has no idea how to create deepfakes, evidence suggests otherwise.
Right now, we have a huge update. Johnny Somali has changed his plea on the obstruction charge for Lotte World. He previously had pled not guilty. He is now changing his plea from not guilty to guilty. So he has now pled guilty on all 4 obstruction charges. So he has now changed his not guilty plea. This is now a guilty. Since he changed his plea to guilty, the witness was dismissed. So the witness for today that was supposed to testify was dismissed. It was not Bong Bong. It forced him to plead guilty. Plot twist. He also changed his pleas to all guilty. So this is now the current chart for his crimes. He has now pled guilty to all 4 obstruction charges. He changed his not guilty to guilty. He's pled guilty to everything. Guilty to the Minor Crimes Act. The only thing he's fighting is a deepfake. The only thing he's fighting is deepfakes.
And the pile of evidence just got bigger. New footage leaked from the obstruction of business case shows Johnny disturbing passengers on a bus, ignoring repeated warnings from the public to stop.
It's my ringtone. It's my ringtone. I don't know what you France. You speak French? I don't know what's going on. Bro, we gotta go.
어나너머스 센트3 달러즈, 이 버스에 내 소말리아 성기를 원하는 귀여운 한국 여성이 있나요? 저는 HIV 양성이지만 콘돔을 착용해도 괜찮습니다. 한국 남자들은 성기가 작습니다. 나는 거대한 성기를 가지고 있습니다. 한국 남자들은 성기가 작습니다. 나는 거대한 성기를 가지고 있다. 한국 남자들은 작은 성기를 가지고 있다. 나는 거대한 성기를 가지고 있다. 한국 남자들은
For that incident alone, he racked up 4 obstruction charges, all of which he's now admitted to. So where does this leave him? As of now, his guaranteed sentence is 5 years in prison. But if the court proves the deepfake charges, which carry much heavier penalties, Johnny could be looking at up to 12 years behind bars. The trial for the deepfake charges is set for October, and sentencing could happen around that time as well. Whether or not Johnny beats those charges, the guilty pleas he's already entered ensure that he won't be walking free anytime soon. This case has been full of contradictions, half-truths, and straight-up lies, from Johnny Somali's courtroom behavior to Hank Yu's public denials. Even with the clock ticking toward his sentencing, Johnny continues to play the role of the innocent man wronged by the system, all while the evidence against him piles higher and higher. So here's the big question. Now that Johnny Somali has pled guilty to these obstruction charges, can he really defend himself against the deepfake allegations? Or is it only a matter of time before he's hit with the full 12-year sentence?